Father Nestor has given me 3 minutes to preach this morning. And you know, the shorter the time, the more difficult it is. When I was growing up in Ireland, one of the first 2 words that my mother taught me was to say thank you. Always say thank you. And then when I'd come back, she'd say, did you remember to say thank you? So the 2 words were very, very important. This morning's gospel is one of my favorite. Jesus is going to Jerusalem and he passes through the district of Samaria. What's interesting about that? Because of the relationship that existed between the Jewish people and the Samaritans. They hated one another. In fact, the Jewish people would call the Samaritans dogs. So now these 10 lepers, you know, it was a very serious disease. There was no cure. Today we call it Hansen's disease. And apart from the physical pain, the psychological pain was even more severe because they had to leave family, they had to leave villages and live apart from everybody else. So that was even a more severe punishment. So now they come to Jesus. And noticed there is one non-Jewish person there. There is a Samaritan. Normally they would never associate with one another. And yet now they come as a group. Because sometimes tragedy in life brings people together. It breaks down barriers, it breaks down walls. We saw that in Paris 10 days ago. That terrible tragedy where people came together to support the French people, showing the French flag and singing the national anthem. Tragedy brings people together and breaks down barriers. So now they're together and they come to Jesus. And of course, he never refuses. He never discriminates. And so he heals not just the 9 Jewish persons, but also the Samaritan. And so they leave and go off. And only one man came back to thank the Lord. And he was the outcast, the Samaritan. You are the Samaritans this morning. You have come to give thanks to Almighty God for all his wonderful gifts to you. Your family, your friends, your life, your beautiful parish, the beautiful people of this parish. You have given thanks. So to us priests, that is a sign of your Christian maturity. Your Christian maturity. And we thank you for all of that. But I'm sure each of us here this morning has a special reason for thanking God. Whether it's a job, healing from some illness, whatever, you want to thank that God for that also. And I want to thank you personally as a foreigner, the way you have welcomed me into your parish, your support and your love. And I want to especially thank my brother priests who have treated me as a brother. Father Fernando, Father Nestor, Father Diego, and Father Carlos also. So on this beautiful day, I think it would be nice, you know, if every country had a Thanksgiving Day. It's a most appropriate thing to do for people to come together on the Feast of Thanksgiving and give thanks to Almighty God for all his gifts and blessings. And so we wish you a Thanksgiving for all that you do for us.